ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's Tier 4 division, coming to you live for round number 7 of the season. It's the jewel in the F1 calendar. It is the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, this is going to be a very interesting race. We've had very interesting races this week in RSF1. A few surprises in terms of results, but the one telling thing about this track and about this evening or this event as a whole is you need to stay alive, keep your front wing intact, and rewards could be very sweet. Let's see what we can get tonight. Are we going to get a surprise result? Are we going to get the usual front runners at the top? Well, let's find out. And of course, we are under the floodlights as well. It was voted that this is a night race, so going to see all the cars glistening in their lovely colours and everything else. I'm RSF1 waiter. I'm by myself tonight because unfortunately Stroll is no longer going to be doing Thursdays. Something's come up. He's no longer going to be commentating on Thursday, which is a shame. But yeah, so you'll be graced with my voice for this evening, and but it will be sorted out from next week onwards. I will have somebody with me. I'm currently waiting on primers to load, which is a bit of a problem. So we have an issue already, which is fantastic. Obviously we had a patch recently, so things might not be all the same once again, but that is a bit of an issue for primers. But anyway, let's hope we can have a very entertaining race. Let me just get the stream up. Should be ready to go. Yeah, we are just waiting here for the second. So, started off smoothly, as always. Fantastic. But I'm sure there we go. This is taking its time. Fair enough. So we're off and underway. We're still loading, actually. Still waiting for everyone. There we go. Take your time. Game. Get forward. There we go. There's the stream. Sweet. Right, load up. Are we going to be dry? Let us see. Well, dry for now, anyway. Which is good. Let me just get everything up. And we can get underway. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. So, 16 drivers here tonight. So, we are going to be losing one driver in this session in Q1. Remember, we're looking at our first 15 drivers. Who is going to come out first? It looks to be a Red Bull. And that is going to be Slipping Sauce in the Red Bull. So, he's going to be the first to venture out on this track, this very formidable track. Not many people are looking forward to tonight at all whatsoever. So, and the reason being is it's very easy to make mistakes. Very, very easy to make mistakes. A very fine line of the curbs and the walls, as you can see, they're very, very close to the car. Obviously in other tracks where they've got plenty of runoff areas, obviously you can go into the gravel, the grass, or anything else like that, but with this track, there's no room for error whatsoever at all. Plus, it's also one of those tracks where if you like it, you're going to be quick around here. If you can get into the 9s, then, well, take my hat off to you, because the 9 is very difficult to get around. Obviously, we saw last night in F1, those times were absolutely ridiculous and very close. Tonight, might see a 9. Possibly in Q3 if we got a Monaco specialist on F4. But I'm thinking around about the 10s would be around about the time we're looking for. As we'll ride on board with Slipping Sauce, who's going to hopefully set our first time as he heads across the start-finish line down to turn 1, Sandovote. He'll be braking just about the just under the barrier there, turn into the first corner and up through Beau Rivage, left and right, and then turn 3, Massenet. Got to hold the car as much as you can in through the Casino Square, the right-hander. Bit of a wobble over the bump, but down into Mirabeau. Then down into the lowest hairpin, slow it down to the slowest corner on the F1 calendar, 30 miles an hour, probably less as well. And then through into Portier, this right-hander, mind the curbs on the left and right-hand side. And of course, through the very famous tunnel. That right-hander can be actually quite difficult, especially in wet weather. Down into the Novelle chicane, find the wall on the left-hand side, and of course keep with the trap limits. And then Sandovote, very quick. No, not Sandovote, to back, sorry. Very quick corner, left-right of the swimming pool, then right-left again. And then into Raskas, slightly deep into there, and then Anthony Noge through the final corner. And he's going to set a 1:12.6 and nearly wipes into the McLaren there. Had to swerve right out of the way of, there's only one McLaren tonight, and that's Button. And that was very close for slipping source. That could have ended in disaster. That is very tricky, that pit lane exit. And that can catch someone off guard if you're not with it, as Charismic sets a 12.2. But just gets ahead of slipping source. Fish sticks in the other Red Bull, 13.0. So at the moment, really, Q1, you just need to get a lap, really, to safely get you through. 12.1 from 40, but an 11.3 from Graded Vinny in the Mercedes. He's already got his eye in. Around tonight, Dufferlump in the Racing Point at 11.8. Very nice from Duffer. Our winner last time out in Spain. I would say convincingly, but there are other drivers in that race that could have challenged him. It was very nicely controlled, Dufferlump. Obviously, only recently in F4 in the Racing Point. So he's back underway. Eagle in the Alfa Romeo. Both Alphas had a troubling time in Spain. Well, not what they're used to anyway. Because obviously they've had a very good start to the season up until Spain. They still got solid points in Spain, but both of them, I am sure, want to be back up near the front. Especially in qualifying. Prost actually qualified on pole, but Eagle was down in, I think it was 8th in the end of Q3. So Eagle will be looking to gain some momentum back as he heads down into Novelle chicane. Takes that relatively nicely. Again, you don't want to push too much in this session. Obviously, if you do retire, do crash into the walls, then you're out of qualifying and you're going to wait pretty much nearly an hour until the race starts. And believe you me, it is not a fun time. Slightly deep into Raskas and then through the final corner. Keep the car stable as you can, and then through across the line. 11.6 from Eagle. It's actually purple final sector. A decent there from Eagle. Puts himself second at the moment. Old Manzi in the Renault. Podium last time out for Old Manzi in the Renault. Fantastic result for him. He hasn't had the luck up until Spain, but Spain all came good. So he can continue momentum. As he crosses the line and sets a 12.7. Only puts him 10th for the moment. His teammate, Checo, who is racing in his first race since joining F4, because he's had a couple of race bans, I think, and qualifying bans to contend with. He's set a 13.1. Primus in the Racing Point. Now, Primus, he had a horrible race. He wanted to forget Spain, put it to one side because he was up and down roller coaster. Ended up outside the points. Sporting that helmet that he's got, the Re-Racers 1, but he's tapped the inside wall. Luckily, no damage. But the car not as stable in the end. He's cut the first part of the swimming pool. So he's invalidated his lap, so he'll have to go again. Button, meantime, in the McLaren has gone second on an 11.4, so very nice at the moment. Raikkonen's fourth in the AlphaTauri on 11.6. So he's got himself comfortable for the time being. Who's on a lap? Charismic is on an out lap at the moment. Kazi with 13.4 as well, so just getting their eye in. 10 minutes to go. Still Monster Skyline, Primus and Prost yet to set a time. Good evening to everyone watching. 15 viewers at the moment. Obviously that will bump up by the race because the race normally gets the most views. Obviously we have engineers out there keeping an eye on their drivers. That seems to be a thing now with engineers for everyone. Some people even have 3 engineers, which I think is unfair. But anyway, see what Charismic does in Haas. Charismic, he was outside the points in Spain last time out. Again, he'll be looking to get back into the front. It's had a solid start to the season as Kazibabe has now left the session. I will... Sorry, gonna have to bring him back in. Able to invite to game. Okay, fair enough. Right, Charismic unfortunately has invalidated on his lap, so we'll have to jump to someone else. RS Prost, as Button improves on his time, so he's continued going to an 11.2, so he goes quickest so far. So Button looking quite handy tonight, so far anyway. But Prost, championship leader going into tonight's race, RS Prost. 60 points. Again, like Eagle, had a little bit of a less result than he's been used to, because he's had 2 fourths and 2 thirds, and then a 7th last time out. Was near the front up in Spain, got caught up in an incident with, I believe, the Williams Skyline. Unfortunately, it's just one of those racing things that he had. He's not particularly happy or comfortable around this track. He's always said to me he's not particularly quick, but he's known to score points, which is what you need to do around Monaco. Just need to get it over and done with, get points of any kind really, and then move on. Basically, a win obviously is brilliant. He swings through Casino slightly wide, and you can see that massive bump that you go over. Some people avoid it, but some people go right over it. It can unsettle the car. And into the Lowe's hairpin, just keeps out of the wall. Then through into Portier. And run the car a little bit too wide on the left-hand side. Takes the right-handed nicely. Novell chicane. Get it over the curb, obviously not over too much. Now to back. Got to fling the car in with much confidence. Ease off a little bit. Got to get the line right through swimming pool, which is very difficult to do. Seems like a conservative, cautious lap from Prost at the moment, but again, he's just trying to get through this first session. No need to push it too much so far, and he's hugging the wall on the right-hand side is what you need to do. A 12.3 puts him 8th at the time being. That puts him... Again, he can look at that. Charismic has set a lap for an 11.4, so he's put himself 3rd at the moment. Primus goes 12th on a 12.9, which leaves the Williams of Monster Skyline to only want to set a lap still. As he goes into the hairpin. See how tight it is. Kind of the trick around there is really to hug the curb on the left-hand side. It can sort of drag the car around, really. Not sure it's actually meant to do that, but it's the thing that it does. So you can use that curve to sort of drag the car around and sort of accelerate. That is going to be pretty much car park on the first lap, that Lowe's hairpin. Hopefully everyone can keep out of damage way. There's a Red Bull off in turn 1. We'll keep on board with the Williams Skyline. 2nd place last time out, was in contention to win the race pretty much the entirety. Ended up 2nd behind Duffer. Turns it into the final corner, hugs the wall on the right hand side and sets an 11.7. Puts himself 7th as a load of cars going up the pit lane at the same time. He stayed to the left hand side because again that pit lane can be very dangerous for anybody on a lap. But just under 6 minutes, and obviously those now at the bottom end of the top 16 are now going to be slightly sweating. Prost is down to 12th at the moment, so but he is on a lap currently. Let's quickly run through the championship, actually, as we've got a bit of time here. Prost leads the way, as I mentioned, 60 points. He's a point ahead of his teammate Eagles on 59. Charismic is on 43 points in third place. He's a point ahead of Skyline, whose result in Spain lifted him up into the top end of the championship, as Prost has hit the wall and damaged his front wing, so he's going to have to board this lap in particular. He'll go back into the pits. Kazi is in 5th place on 40 points. Another good result for him in 4th place in Spain last time out. Duffer, with his win, in only a second race in F4, is on 38 points. So he's, again, result in Spain lifted him into the championship contention. Fishsticks is on 37, same points as Button, who's also on 37. Dips is on 36, with Primus on 33. Old Manty's up to 18 points with 40 on 16. Barry on 7. Unicorn Hunter on 1. And Vinny on 1 point as well. Obviously, Vinny had his first race in F4 last time out. Constructors, Racing Point, because of Duffer's win, actually take the lead of Constructors back from Alfa Romeo. They're having a kind of to and fro battle at the moment. They are 10 points ahead, so Racing Point is on 129. Alfa Romeo is on 119. Mercedes is on 92. They are 1 point ahead of Haas on 91. Haas had a very good result last time out, so they've leapt up to kind of contend with the top 3 at the moment. McLaren's on 73. Then a bit of a gap to Williams on 42. Red Bull on 37. Renault on 20. Obviously, Odd Manzy's podium gifted Renault team. They've leapt ahead of AlphaTauri, who are on 8 points at the moment. And spare a thought for the Maranello team, Ferrari. They have yet to score a point in F4 this season. Not for the lack of trying. They've gone through 4 different drivers, two of whom obviously are not here tonight, so they will continue to be on 0 points as we head to Baku next week. But yeah, they have not had a good time, the team from Maranello in this tier. They're the only team that seems to be struggling out of the whole of the Ferrari garage, and obviously, as I said, through bad luck rather than much else, they've had the pace to score points, all the drivers they've had, but they just can't seem to get it together at the moment. As Jacko invalidated his lap, so he'll have to go again potentially. He's under pressure from Kazi, who's currently in that 16th spot. Primus swings his way for the swimming pool, slides his way for the swimming pool actually. Oh, and he's hit the curb, and he's into the wall as well, so he's under pressure. As Raikkonen, the AlphaTauri, goes 3rd with an 11.4. So Raikkonen's looking handy. Raikkonen is not been able to race every race Raikkonen has in the AlphaTauri, because obviously he works on first day sometimes. In the races he's had, he's not got it together in qualifying. Maybe tonight could be the night that changes that. Currently 3rd as it stands. Again, we got Checo is under pressure in the Renault, as is Kazi, with just under 2 minutes to go. And actually, Checo has actually hit the wall. I was just about to have a drink, so I didn't notice. And so Checo is now under big pressure. This is all up to Kazi now. If he can hook up a lap and find just over 3 tenths, he will knock Checo out of the session. So let's see how he gets on. Oh, and then he parks it in Lowe's hairpin. Couldn't get the turn in right. He's jumping a little bit. Here's Kazi. If I remember rightly, even his F5 season, I don't think he did that well on Monaco. I think it was the blip that he had in his championship winning season, so maybe that's continuing on over into this game. And tier 4, and he's straight lined the chicane. I think he's getting out who's he getting out of the way of? Checo, funny enough. Gotta get moving soon. Or, yeah, just about. He's got time to get round. There's unwanted pressure from Kazi. This is going to be 1 lap. He nails it. He'll through. he doesn't, obviously, he'll be waiting for the race. And Checo is in the pits. So this is all up to Kazi now. And he is jumping quite a bit. See how he does. Who else is on the lap? Prost is down in 13th at the moment. Not under any pressure of going out because Primus and Checo aren't going to be improving. Yeah, oh, 2 tenths down the middle sector. Nearly loses it through the swimming pool. You don't want to do that there, Prost. Because if he did lose it there, he'd be out of qualifying entirely. So let's go back to Kazi. He's jumping a bit. Just about gets a turn through Lowe's hairpin. Was it a bit deep through Portier, but just about gets the traction down and then through the tunnel. I won't go on board. Minimise the gearbox noise. Let's see, runs it a bit deep into the chicane, just about keeps out of the wall, through to back. See how his middle sector is, he's half a second up, so if he can complete this lap, I think he'll be through. He's got to keep the pace up though. Checo will be watching him, as will a few others. I think if he gets through this last corner, his jumpy car might be through to Q2. And he does. He knocks RS Checo out of the session. So Checo will start 16th in the Renault. The rest can now go through to the next session. Right, so that's Q1 done and dusted. Unfortunately for Checo, missed out by 2 tenths over Primus in the end. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on Kazi going through qualifying there. Toto, yeah, I noticed. Lagging pretty bad. Slipping Source just had the first 2 sectors purple, then crashed the second to last corner. Well, from those first 2 sectors, Slipping Source, it looks pretty good anyway. Need to get that last sector, you know. A Button tops the session on an 11-2. Just ahead of Vinny. Raikkonen, Charismic up there as well as Barry. So AlphaTauri's looking quite strong. 3rd and 5th. Eagles 6th. Manzi and then Monster Skyline. Half a second from 1st to 8th. It's not bad around here. Not bad at all. Fordy, I know you're watching the stream. Can you retire, please? Because you're the only one I'm waiting on. That'll be very pleasant. Yeah, Kazi, you are lagging a little bit. Bit jumpy. Don't know if it will show up on here. I've seen worse, but it is jumpy a little bit. Believe you me, I've seen much worse lag. 40, can you retire, please? Or we're just gonna wait the time. Oh. Fair enough. Vordy's going to make us wait. But there we go. There's the times set through. Obviously those just going through into Q2. But unfortunate for Checo there in the Renault, starting 16th on the grid. But yeah, relatively close through this qualifying. But did anybody hold anything back is the question. Yeah, Button looking good. If I remember rightly, Button is a bit of a Monaco specialist. If I remember, he does do well around here. Previous seasons, if I remember watching him. I think he won, actually, in... I think he won F4 last season, if I remember rightly. My memory's correct. So yeah, he's carrying that on. And that's the thing about Monaco. If you like it, you're going to be quick every year. Regardless of whether you go from a different game or not. But here we go, into Q2. And of course, this is where the strategy comes into play. Those new to this system. The tyre you set your fastest lap on, albeit softs, mediums, however many laps they've done, that's where you've got to start the race on. So this is where a lot of strategy comes into play. Do you start on the mediums? Do you go on softs, get trap position? Obviously, safety car, and the probability of the safety car, high probability, will probably play into people's minds. Of course, if there's any rain in the race, which would be helpful to know, please, if anybody has that. But obviously that could play into mind as well, because obviously if there's rain later in the race, then a set of mediums to that rain would be very beneficial. That'd be the ideal strategy anyway. Tyre wear isn't really a thing around here, obviously being a short track, but you want the grip. So hard tyres, yes, they can last a heck of a long way, and they are a potential strategy if, say, you crash on the first lap or damage your front wing, or even if there's a safety car lap on. Some people are pitted for hards to the end, but the problem is then you could then be under pressure from everybody behind, and that's the issue. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and a lot of people are on the mediums actually. Only Primus 40 Prost slipping source on the softs actually. Let's see how Primus Gaming in the Racing Point takes turn 1. Nicely done through turn 1, absolutely perfectly. Can go over that curb a little bit and still keep it valid. And then through Massenet into Casino Square. Got to keep the car stable as possible. And down through Mirabeau into the Lowe's hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Start turning in even way before the corner. Misses the apex though. Perfectly fine. Second gear, ride the curb on the inside and then into 48. And then through the tunnel. Obviously hot lap engaged. Got the most power on. You might need to save a little bit of hot lap at this track at some point. Might put it down into none. Because you do run out towards the line. You might see if people do that. And then through to back. Then through swimming pool. Left, right, right and then left. You can, if you really hook it up, just absolutely fly those through those corners. You've got to get the line perfectly, and obviously it's very easy to make a mistake. Through the final corner, and this looks a pretty solid lap from Primus. He's into the 11s, which is better than his Q1, so he's starting to get used to it around. There was a Red Bull behind him, a slipping source, but he's invalidated somewhere, so he's not gone through. He's got the Alpha of Prost, who's also on the softs. He's also invalid on his first lap. See, Barry on the mediums has done an 11.8 in the AlphaTauri, so that's a pretty solid time. From Barry there, gone second. Who else? We've got a Haas coming round. That's Charismic on an outlap. Who else is on a lap? Prost is on a second lap, which... Second lap on any tyre really, softs or mediums. If you mess up your first lap but are still got enough fuel, you can go again on these tyres. Doesn't really affect you, obviously very short run down to turn 1. So off the line you're not really going to lose much. As Eagle pops in an 11.3 on the medium tyres. Very nice time there from Eagle. So he's got some pace about him around tonight. At least that will probably put him safely through. Slipping source 11.9 on the softs, puts him 4th at the moment. Let's see what Prost is getting on. He's invalidated, so he's going on a 3rd lap on the softs. Boom. Toto Wolff, the engineer, or not engineer, the Principale of Alfa Romeo, obviously cheering on Eagle. Must be very proud of your Alfa Romeos, 1st and 2nd in the Drivers' Championship. They're not leading constructors because Racing Point had, I think it was VRC Dan, or was it Massa, that won a load of points in the first few races. So they're behind in constructors, but they're 1 and 2 in drivers. Charismic's gone 2nd, a 10th behind Eagle on the same tyre, so that's good. Oh, Manzi! Oh, he's a lucky boy. Does a nice little pirouette, carries on as if nothing happened. Jeez, he's a lucky boy. How do you do a 360? He missed the pit lane as well, with damage. Oh, you finishing the lap? Ah, he finished his lap. At least he's got something. It's a 16.3. How's he done a 360 spin with damage and still come out alive? Jeez. Right, so who's finishing the lap? Okay, Prost. He's done... Okay, he's back in again. Maybe getting a bit more practice on those softs. Kazi's lag has seemed to have eased a bit. He's not jumping as much anymore. And that gearbox has fixed itself. A bit of a jump there through the last corner, but sets a 12.6 on a medium. Skyline's done a 12.4. Primus has gone third, or stayed third, sorry. He's already said that earlier. Mercedes of 40. He's got a button in front of him who is just starting a lap, so that would put him off a little bit. It's 40, 12.4 in the Mercedes. I just caught the end of that, so I'm not sure how much he was held there by Button, who's just begun his lap. Let's see how Vinny gets on. Through Portier. There he goes. Into the tunnel once again. Now you will see a few differences. Those obviously don't watch F1 but watch this tier religiously. You will see a few livery changes, and that is because Codemasters in their recent patch have added a few sponsors that weren't on the car that are in real life. So most notable is you will see on the McLaren it's now got a rainbow. So obviously it's got the Re-Racers 1 logo, rainbow. And Button heavy traffic through the swimming pool. He was on a lap, but he just got caught out there of Raikkonen about to begin, and he had I think there was a Renault behind him. That wasn't a Renault. Oh, I got the Williams and Monster Skyline about to come round again. Where's Monster Skyline going to go? Oh, he's invalidated, so... right, Fristics... be slightly improving. Oh yeah, he's half a second up on these medium tyres, so 2 laps on them again. Through swimming pool into Rascaus, get it turned in. And through the final corner, obviously mind the wall on the right hand side. And he sets an 12.2, goes 8th, but just in the top 10 at the moment. I'll see how Raikkonen gets on. Now Raikkonen in Q1 look very, very handy. What can he do on these medium tyres? He's looking, I think, to be safe. You're going to have to get into the 11s at least. Let's see. Oh, and didn't get the turn in through to back. Does he have damage? Not very understeery, but no, just didn't get the turn in he desired. Got Mercedes in front of him. He's got that wall. That cost him a bit of time. Let's see how it gets on us. It's not an 11, it's a 12.2. There was that mistake, so there is an improvement there. Skyline goes third in the Williams. Puts himself up safer. Fordy's has got a little bit of damage to him. And he's had massive damage through Casino. No damage though. He's got the Alpha Tauri of, I believe that's Raikkonen behind him, so Raikkonen's not going to be very happy about Vinny there. He's eased off, so Prost, with just under 6 minutes to go, he did say he was struggling. Has yet to set a time. Still got plenty of time to do so. Had to turn out of that chicane a little bit to try and keep it valid, but just about did so. Through to back. Ooh, slight tap of the swimming pool. See, oh, and Rascaus just didn't get turned in. There's a Red Bull off through turn 1. I think it's just had a spin. Here comes Prost. 11.9. Puts himself 8 for the moment, so that top 10 looks very competitive. There's 4 attempts to put you in and 4 attempts to put you out. So, very competitive stuff at the moment. Duffalump, he's invalidated his lap. Ross on an outlap, Slipping Sauce is on an outlap, Primus is on another one. Let's see what he does. Fresh set of mediums. So also he did his best lap, or his first lap on a soft, so it was 11.7. He's now on a mediums to try and better that lap. He's did on soft, so let's see how he gets on. Dangerous strategy, looks like. As Eagle has retired, yeah, he is safe, I would say. On an 11.3, he's got a 9/10 advantage to 11th. As long as not everyone goes on softs, I think it'll be alright. Charismic also. Primus navigates his way through the corners, through Portier, where Ayrton Senna crashed one year when he was a minute in the lead. I think he was late 80s, I think, was the year. He had a minute lead and then he just lost concentration and just crashed it there. Shows even the best of drivers, because in my opinion Senna was a very good driver. Even the best of them can lose their concentration. Many champions have crashed around here in the past in real life, so it is a formidable one. And let's see what Primus can do. Has he improved? He has! Improves by 0.2 on his soft tyre run, so it does improve to an 11.5 and goes third. Pretty nice lap. Let's see. Slipping source invalidated and damage. Prost is out on another lap on the mediums. He's got a car of Mercedes of Vinny in front. Vinny's on an out lap. But he's preparing himself. Prost! Wobble. No damage. Somehow kept it out of the wall, but he was on a flyer. Purple set to 2 and just a slight unsettling of the car there. That's all it takes. And he's got 2 minutes to go. Just under 3 minutes to go. He's got time to go again. Let's see. So we got 40. Oh, 40 slammed into the wall. Lucky he's keeping going, but he's got damage, and that's not going to help him at all. The other Mercedes of Vinny, who's just gone through. Racing Point and a Red Bull near him. Who's coming to the end of their lap? We've got a Red Bull of Slipping Source. Oh, but he's dropped it into... What is that? That's Novell Chicane. So, Slipping Source is in big trouble. So let's see who can potentially into that top 10. You've got Raikkonen, who's on another lap. 4/10 up. This looks good. See how he takes the final 2 corners up to Raskhouse. 4/10 will put him just in the top 10 though. Prost has retired in 8th. Let's see. AlphaTauri of Raikkonen sets an 11.6. Gets right up there with the front runners. Look how close that is in that top 10. So I don't think even he is safe 100%, because you got those on softs improving. Slipping Sources in the pits. He is done for the session. So, right, Vinny an outlap at the moment. Barry's got a 10.6. That's the fastest of the evening so far on the soft tyres, thank goodness, because if that was on mediums, jeez. A 10.6, that's the fastest lap so far. Very nice lap from Barry there. So you've got Duffer, Fish Sticks, Fordy, Kazi, Manzi, and Vinny, but Manzi and Fordy are both in the pits, so they're done. Vinny's going to be first. He's on those medium tyres, 1.8 seconds up. Not enough, but let's see if we can get last sector. Yes, Slipping Source, you do get another set of softs. They, the game or the FIA gift you a set of soft tyres. You will get an extra set if you make it. As Vinny goes 12th on a 12.4, so he has not made it, and he's slammed into the barrier at turn 1. 40 on an outlap is not going to make it, or at least he shouldn't. It should go checkered flag on his car, but it's not. So Let's see, Vinny's invalidated. Kazi is the next one again, leaving it late. Oh, but he's invalidated. He's jumped over the chicane. And Kazi is going to be out in 14th place. Old Manzi 15th. Fordy is on an outlap. The session is over. So he really should pit. And he is, yeah. So both Mercedes, 12th and 13th in the session. Fistic's missing out. Prost scrapes through in 10th place in the end. But let's see who got through on mediums. Quite a lot, actually, got through on mediums there. So Barry and Slipping Sauce will be starting on soft tyres. Could be interesting. But there is Q2, and there is your top 10 going through. A few slightly sweating it there a bit. Obviously you got Barry, that big time at the top, 7 tenths. Obviously he's on the soft, so you'd probably hook that lap up to a tree. But look how close that is from Skyline in 5th to Fish Sticks in 11th. That's half a second, and then you got several tenths in between there as well. So goodness. So should we speak to someone? Let's see if old Mandy would want to have a word here. Let's see if he does. But there is your top 10. Fortunately eliminated is Fish Sticks in the Red Bull, just missing out by a couple of tenths. Vinny and Fordy in both Mercedes. Kazi in the Haas. Old Manzi in the Renault. 15th as Kazi has left the session once again. He's only got one more turn. One more attempt. Stay in. I can only do it 3 times as the maximum. There's your top 10. Again, Barry and Slipping Sauce will be starting on the soft, so they will have to qualify quite well into this top 10, into Q3, to have that advantage. But actually, you want to go for? I don't think old Mandy's going to join us, which is a shame. Here we go into this top 10. Guys in the chat watching, we have 23 viewers. Thank you very much for watching. Who is your pole position prediction? Who do you reckon is going to get it? If you get the exact time, I'll give you a shout out, I guess. That's what every YouTuber says. But we're not on YouTube, obviously we're on Twitch for the time being. So give your predictions in, who you're cheering on. Got both Alfa Romeos, both Alfa Tauris. Red Bull, 1 Williams, 1 McLaren, 2 Racing Points. And the 1 Haas driver of Charismic in this session. Monster Skyline is going to be the first to set a lap in Q3. Snodvod, a Barry with a 10.4. Okay. Set a 10.6 in Q2, so that's a pretty solid guess. I think it's a really solid prediction from Snod. Good to see you, Snod, watching the races. You often do, so thanks again. Let's see who's... Yeah, Josh is saying that the Williams is at the end of the track. Yeah, I've benefited from that a few times. Can really benefit you in safety cars because you're at the end of the pit lane. I guess that's one benefit for the fact that Williams in real life are not doing what I personally would want them to see. Hopefully in the next few years, so obviously they're no longer going to be run by a Williams family member, which is sad because one of the last kind of privateer teams, if you like, been bought out. But if that's the way it is, especially these times. Here comes Monster Skyline into turn 1. Solidly through there. And up through Beaurivage into Massenet, turn 3. Misses the curve, turn 4, Casino Square, gets the car flung in, mind the bump, over you go. And then down into Mirabeau, second gear. Down into Lowe's hairpin, yeah, he's using the curb. Allowed to drag the car around. Then into Portier. Nicely turned in through there. Get the traction. Down very nicely through the tunnel and then into the Novelle chicane. Mind that wall on the left hand side, mind the curb on the right, keep it valid. Nicely done. And then Tabak awaits. Turn the car in with confidence. Does that nicely. Then through swimming pool. Left and right, then right and then left. Doesn't straight line it, which you can, but it's alright. And then through Raskas. Second gear. Now into the final corner. Open up the DRS on the traction, and it is going to be an 11.4. That's a solid banker lap, I think. I think we are going to see a 10 for pole. Let's see who can get it. Got a racing point of Primus coming along now. Is he going to set... or 12. 12 exact. Good job there. Good job. Right, Alpha Tauri is coming through. Prost is coming through in the Alfa Romeo. 11.3 goes provisional pole for the time being. Then we've got Raikkonen. Looking good, all qualifying. A 10.8. He's the first guy in the 10s. 10.8 from Raikkonen. Very solid, but beaten by Dufferlum. A 10.4. Fastest lap of the session so far. So, there goes Duffer. Down in his form. Button goes third, an 11.1. Eagle's invalidated, so he'll have to go again. And he is going to. It's a wide line into the last corner. Yeah, straightens up the last corner. It's actually quite clever. Alright, so there we go. It's riding board of Eagles. Actually, the time Skyline improves to an 11.1. Stays fourth, though. So currently, we've got a front row of Duffer and Raikkonen at the moment in the 10s. That is a very solid lap from Duffer. That's going to take some beating. See if Eagle gets it. Purple through set to 1. Very nicely done. Heading to VRC Dan, Joshy in the chat, and it's Brett. That's a name I haven't seen for a while. How you doing, Brett? Deluxe Schumacher edition, £40. Depends if you like the extras of the helmets and the liveries and all the stuff you can do in the career mode, really, for Deluxe Schumacher edition. I think that's really all you get, to be honest. Yeah, you get like DLC liveries, you can go to the My Team and everything else, which is addictive if you like that sort of thing. Here comes Eagle. 10.7, Purple set to 3, but 3/10 shy of Dufferlump's time. That shows you. Eagle's normally good, really good, but here's the guy that has been on form throughout the whole this qualifying so far. That very formidable flew through the last part of the swimming pool. Very close to that inside wall of Raskas. You can tap that and spin yourself around. I've done that on many occasions. Oh! Tried to get the power down and the car just would not cooperate, and he sets an 11.9. So that's easy. That's easy an improvement there, but there you have it. The guy that has shown pace all throughout tonight. That's how easy it can be to make a mistake. Very nice from him. Button is next across the line. He's slightly down in the second sector, so aborts the lap. Just under 6 minutes to go. If he's got a fresh set, that would be very good. Eagle is on his way back in. Slipping Sauce is about to begin, so jump on board of Charismic. Through to back, slight tap of the wall. Keeps it damage free. Through the chicane, again taps the wall. It's what you technically need to do in Monaco. Tapping the walls, but no damage. Up decides to abort the lap though. So Barry is on his way back in, I think. Yeah, he is. Let's jump on board with Slipping Sauce and the Red Bull. Really got his qualifying together, Slipping Sauce. Because I think last time was the first time he made it into Q3 in Spain. So made it into Q3 again. Through Portier. Second gear, nicely done through that corner into the tunnel. Yeah, actually, £40 for the Schumacher Deluxe Edition is a good price. But as Joshy said, Brett, it's really and truly, to be honest, if you only get the Schumacher Edition if you like all the DLC and all the stuff for my team. Slipping Source, very good food swimming pool section. This might be a handy lap. Let's see. Bit of traction going through. This might be actually quite good. It's into the 10s. A 10.9 goes 4th place in the Red Bull there. A very nice lap from Slipping Source. Cheered on by Joshy. Primus slightly improves to an 11.7 in the Racing Point. Right, let's see what Prost can do on an out lap. Slightly earlier than everyone else. Which you can do, obviously, if you just want some space. Oh, that was a bit silly, I think. You don't mind me saying. Warming up the tyres, and he's just tapped the wall and he's got damage. Okay, he'll be heading back into the pits. Oof. Reckon he was kind of hoping I didn't catch that, but unfortunately I did. Right, see who is on a lap. Got Slipping Source, I think. Yeah, he's going to be heading back into the pits. Gonna have enough time is the question. Got Charismic, who's yet to set a lap. Right, so here we go. See how Kazi gets on. Oh! Not the best beginning. That last corner is so difficult because he's so eager to put on the power and he just didn't want it. He tapped the wall as well. Good damage on that. No, he didn't. Very lucky. Gave it a fair whack as he turned into turn 1. Eagle, who's second, currently on a lap, got Button ahead. Button, this is not the best place to get out of the way. So, Chris Smith's going to have all this. Button will have to yeet out the way sharpish. He's only got really the tunnel, and that's put Chris Mick off a little bit. I don't think Button could do anything really there. Just the wrong timing. That's not going to help with the concentration, which is what you need around here. Chris Mick. Nice through to back. Very nice. Purple middle sector. Through swimming pool. Nicely done. Into the last quarter. Oh, had to turn out of Raskas there because he would have turned in too early. Pretty good. Tap the wall. Goes third. No, second on a 10.7. So well done from Charismic. Eagles on an attempt to try and beat Duffel up. What can he do? A 10.6. Goes within 2 tenths. Nicks back that second place off Charismic. Then Barry goes to third, just behind Eagle. So knocks Charismic to 4th and Raikkonen to 5th. Raikkonen's on a lap though. Raikkonen, he's tapped the wall, I think, through to back, and he's got damage already on the other side, so yeah, Raikkonen is done. So who is going to be next? It's the question. You've got a couple of racing points coming through, Duffalump and Primus. That's a shame for Raikkonen. I don't think he'll be too happy about that, but he's 5th at the moment. See if he stays there. Who else is on that? Button is about to finish. I think you've got Charismic as well. No, Charismic's going in, so Button is next. Let's see what Button can do in the McLaren. Goes across the line. 11.7, improves, but stays 7th. Let's see who is going to be next. Barry's in the pits. Eagles done. Charismic's in the pits as well. Next is going to be Prost, who is 2 tenths down middle sector and is invalid through the swimming pool. So 9th is going to be the best Prost is going to hope for. So it's down to the 2 racing points, Monster Skyline as well. And Duffer is just improving, so he's going to extend his advantage a bit more. If he can finish the lap. And he comes through a 10.2. Does extend the gap. Let's see if he can keep pole position. Primus goes to 5th, his teammate, so well done from him. Skyline's going to be the last one. In the Williams, can he ruin the Racing Point party? Second! Ghost on the front row of that last lap there. So the two that finished 1-2 in Spain last time out are going to be at the front of the grid this time. Nice lap there. Raikkonen unfortunately jumps down to 7th place in the end. Prost in 10th. But Duffer takes pole position in the Racing Point. Very nice lap there from Duffer. Really continuing the momentum on from his win last time out. So there is your top 10. It'll be Duffer and Monster Skyline on the front row. Eagle and Barry on the second row. Charismic and Primus on row 3. Row 4 is going to be Raikkonen and Slipping Sauce. Button in P9 and Prost in 10th place. Let's see if our pole position man will like to have a quick word. Let's see if he does or not. A very good qualifying session there, very competitive. The pole position could have gone many or several ways in the end, but went to Racing Point. And quite a few people are happy that that is the case in the chat, so definitely have the support. I don't think he's going to join here. I've invited him. He doesn't want to have a word yet. Oh, there we go.
Hola.
Okay. Tick the box.
Sorry,
tick the box, please.
Yeah.
Lovely. No. First of all, well done in your pole position. 10.2, great lap from yourself. Obviously, carry on the momentum from Spain last time out. Yeah, best place to start around here, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm quite surprised, actually. I didn't think I would get pole. I genuinely didn't. And judging by Q1 and Q2, I definitely didn't think I was going to get pole. But yeah, it's worked out all right.
Yeah, there were a few challenges there, weren't there? Especially after that Q2 session. Starting on mediums, like a majority of the field. I presume it's dry. I haven't been told yet.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Dry all the way through, sweet.
Yeah.
So obviously you're hoping for a one stop. Obviously, safety car could play a factor. I guess for you, target is keep clean out of the walls, I guess, and keep the lead into turn 1.
It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm really bad reindeer hitting walls. I know everyone else is as well, but it's just past experience. But yeah, I'll try my best.
Cool. And your teammate as well qualified quite nicely. I think it was 5th in the end for him.
He's really happy with that. He was screaming in the party, so.
Good to hear. Well, I'll let you get ready for the race. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you on the other side. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah. Cheers.
There's Duffel up there in the Racing Point pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix, and as I said, perfect place to start in this race. And this is going to be an interesting one. This could be a long one as well. One thing about Monaco is at the end of the race, you definitely feel you've been in a race. Basically, it's one of those where it's very tough. Your concentration has got to be on the track at all times of what's going on around you. So yeah, Slipping Sauce in the chat saying soft to mediums for me. Technically, you're giving away your strategy there, Slipping Sauce. Others will be watching. I might take that. Yeah, softs to mediums, those on softs. Probably really the only option to take. There you go, 40 and Old Manzi trying it on the hard tyres. That could be interesting. Everyone's a threat, Slipping Source. Everyone's a threat. Any one of these 16 drivers can win the race. And you may think I'm silly, but that is the truth. That is the truth. Anyone can. So, just the way Monaco is. A rightly timed safety car or anything else like that, keep your wing. Honestly, it is said over and over about wing damage around here, but it does gain you positions if you keep your wing intact to someone who has damage on their front wing. I even had the situation in my race on Sunday in which I had, I think it was orange front wing on my right side of the car before my last stop, and I decided not to change it just to keep track position. So yeah, any one is, it's not like other tracks where if you're at the back you have a small chance. I mean, you do still have a small chance of winning, but at this track anything's possible. Anything at all is possible. Just talk to any person that has qualified well outside the top 10, me, and got points from it. So here we go. Readying up now. Let's get this underway. Unfortunately, it is going to be a dry race. Let's hope there's going to be no shenanigans, because obviously we remember China a few weeks ago. But let's take us through. So first place, I'll go from front to back. So first place pole position, we had a word with him before we started this race, is Dufflump in the Racing Point. P2, Monster Skyline in the Williams. He's got the person that beat him last week in on the front wheel with him. It's an interesting prospect. RSF1 Eagle, P3, that's better than Spain last week. He'll be, again, looking to score solid points for the Alfa Romeo team. Barry in the AlphaTauri has showed pace in qualifying all throughout the session. Might be slightly disappointed with fourth. Gonna be silly to say that, but first on the softs, fourth place for Barry. Fifth is iChrismic in the Haas. Want to be scoring points after last time out. He did not score any points. Primus in P6. He apparently was very happy with that lap in 6th place in the Racing Point. Raikkonen 7th in the AlphaTauri. Like his teammate Barry, has showed the pace throughout qualifying, so might be one to watch. He'd be starting from 7th. Slipping Source in the Red Bull starting 8th, the other driver on the soft tyres. Then you got Button in 9th on the mediums, 10th for Prost also on the mediums. And then outside the top 10, they'll be starting on fresh tyres, which could come into play. You've got Fishsticks in 11th. Then the two Mercedes are Vinny and 40. 40, interestingly, on the hard tyres. And then Kazi is 14th on the mediums. Be looking at him because he has been jumping a bit. And then the two Renaults, unfortunately, Old Manzi ahead of Checo. Old Manzi on the hards. And Old Manzi on hards, yes. Says mediums for some reason. And Checo on the mediums at the back. Alright. As we are now lining up for this 39 lap race, Monaco Grand Prix. Let's hope we can keep it clean through the first few corners and especially on the first lap, because the safety car is very high around this track. And let's go for 5 lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, and lights out of the way we go. Dufflin with a decent start. There's ghosting a little bit, which is weird. The Skylar's are going to try to go right around the outside of Duffer. They've gone through. Right, oh no, there's an AlphaTauri spinning sideways. I think that was Barry. I think he's dropped down to 15th. As Skylar's gone a little bit wide. Safety car already. I'm not surprised. As Checo and 40 getting a collision. As the timing strings are all over the place. We're going to have to wait until they sort themselves out. Raikkonen does have damage. So maybe it was both AlphaTauris that were in the wars there coming up through the hill. Big damage there for Raikkonen. He is still in 6th, but it is Barry who's at the back in 16th. So he was the one sideways, I presume, up through the hill. The position change, so not many positions going up, but yeah, Barry, big. I mean, he's got massive damage as well. So yeah, both Alpha Tauris with a problem there. But Skyline trying to go round the outside of Duffalump for the lead. Couldn't make it stick, and that momentum from Eagle behind managed to get him ahead of the Williams driver there. Charismatic. Pretty much everyone in the top 10 has got up 1, apart from Prost. He's got up 2. The Skyline is actually in the pits. Did he get damage? Must have done. There's the position change for the guy that asked it. So Skyline is in the pits. Yes, he's waiting for a bit. He does have damage though. So yeah, change of front wing. As he has left the session again. He's gone on to hard tyres. Raikkonen interestingly onto softs. So everyone else. So Skyline, Pits, Vinny, Fistix, quite a lot in the pits actually. Onto hard tyres, Checo. Barry also, and Fordy onto mediums though, a little bit of difference. Right, so there we go. So Old Mandy in the hards has actually found himself in 8th place, so a decent start from him. Obviously load in the pits, and that is just the trait of Monaco, I'm afraid. Very close to the walls and everything. The thing of those that have just pitted on the hards, they can go to the end on those. It's very tricky, and they are not the best of tyres. They're going to be very careful. Actually, through the safety car, we can try... where is it? Race director. There it is, pit stops. Have a look. So all those changing the front wing. Look at that. Raikkonen, Vinny, Fistix, Skyline, Checo, Fordy, and Barry all changing their front wings, and you can see the tyres they went on to. Very nice. Kazi, can I join back? I think this is the last time, Kazi, I believe. I think 3 times is the most. Tipping source is in for medium tyres meantime. Getting off those softs, which I think is the best thing to do. Will drop in though to the back of the grid. It's interesting though how Raikkonen's gone onto softs. Maybe he wants to gain some positions back, although it'd be very tricky to overtake, as we all know. Yeah, Kazi, if you can join back by yourself, that's fine. But I believe this is the last time. I think 3 is maximum. I think you've left twice, if I remember correctly. Right, so safety car once again, and hopefully we can get a good safety car restart, unlike Mugello. Anybody saw that? Jesus. Yeah, so Eagle will be looking at the back of Duffalump to make sure he goes at the right time so he doesn't get caught out. And of course, under safety car, leave the space between the car in front and behind, because penalties can be done if you get caught out by somebody slowly braking. I always give about 3 or 4 car lengths at least to the car in front. Yeah, it's a leg out rule, I believe, VRC Dan. I think 3 is the most. But safety car is in this lap, so we are ready to go back racing. And Duffer is going to be waiting for the safety car to go in, which it does now, but he's now can control the pace and go whenever he wants. Skyline and Vinny having a collision there. That's how claustrophobic it gets, but Duffalump is ready to go, and he's done a pretty nice restart actually over Eagles. Caught him out a bit. We're off once again, and you can see at the back. Oh, I think it's Barry. Barry's had a collision with somebody. He's in the front wing, so it's not going well for Barry at all. Showed so much promising qualifying. But he's in the pits once again and looking to recover that. So we're back under racing. So Duff got a bit of a gap over, almost a second to Eagle in the end, but this is the thing on Monaco. All trains are going to start gathering of those that are just playing a caution game. The interval go, the gaps go. Barry's only just come out the pits. That was a very long pit stop on Barry there. So back under racing once again. So Charismic latched on the back of Eagle. Slight tap on the wall on the right hand side, but that looked alright. As Raikkonen has got past Kazi. Well, actually Kazi is still coming in. Oh, virtual safety car. I think Skyline connected with Kazi there, or at least overtook him and then just hit the wall. So virtual safety car. A few in the pits. Raikkonen's in the pits. Skyline's in the pits. Kazi's in the pits as well. And they all must have had damage once again. Yep. So that was not a good connection there. I think it's because Kazi's was still AI car or something like that. Slipping Source is in again. So rough few laps for those guys there. So they've now all going to pit for a second time. They're going on hards and mediums. There's still a long way to go, only on lap 5. So back under racing once again, and Charismic nearly ran into the wall through Portier there. Trying to get a good view on him, see where we got damage. No, he didn't. But he keeps it. Keeps him third. Then you've got Primus, Prost, Button, Manzi. Manzi's doing well on those hard tyres, still within the leader. He is only just over 6 seconds off the lead, so if he can keep there on the hard tyres, here he is, behind Button and Prost here. Oh, he taps the wall though. Taps the wall through Raskas, but keeps it okay. And Prost has dropped off the back a little bit of Primus ahead, so Primus can now look at the top 3. Got 40 right behind Checo. Checo's in that 10th place. He's going to probably make that Renault as wide as he can. Now we can maybe settle down a bit, maybe take a breather and see where these gaps or these trains of Monaco are going to occur. Moment top 3 keeping around about the same of each other. And they've gapped Primus a little bit, but Primus is on his way to catch back up once again. Duffalump still leads as he flies through the swimming pool. In a comfortable position at the moment. Still a long way to go. As Button looks to me like he's being held up by Prost here. Going through Raskas. And this is always the annoying thing about Monaco. You are clearly faster than the car in front, but can you find a way through? No, because it's very, very difficult to get through here. And this is the closest battle on track. You've got Charismic close enough to Eagle. You've got 40 behind Checo. So this here, riding on board with Butter. Going wide through Massenet, but he's okay. Tap the wall a little bit. And the key here is just to keep your patience, really, because it can be so frustrating behind a car. Raikkonen is in again. He has not had a good race at all. Raikkonen again, I think, for another wing change. Let's see, yep, another wing change for Raikkonen. The race going from bad to worse. He's now pitted 3 times. Now Prost has repelled Button a little bit, so again, just getting into their rhythm now. Lap after lap. Keeping the ERS at a good management. Although 25% for Charismic as Duffalump stretches his legs. Fastest lap of the race, a 14.2. That's barely using any ERS either, so he is trying to get a gap ahead of these guys. Button again, light tap on the wall. through the first corner. There is actually Barry has gone past Kazi. But Barry trying to recover this position, but he's outside the points of 13th. And then you got 40 right behind Checo here. Skyline fastest up of the race, although Skyline's in plenty of clean air. Slipping Sources in the pits once again. As you can see, with 40, he brakes so much earlier coming into Lewis Hamilton, but he knew he didn't want to be caught up behind Checo. Checo with a big slide out of the corner as Raikkonen has retired, but here comes 40 and he couldn't use the overtake. And probably Rich Mix here, trying to look on the inside, but Checo parking it in the middle of the road, and Raikkonen has called it a day. He has retired it in the pits, and that is a real shame for Raikkonen. There's yellow flags are set to 2 as he threw Lewis Hamilton. Vinny's caught up to the back of old Manzi for 7th, but look at 40, he's all over the back of Checo. Checo gets a good run at the last corner. This will be a bit of a risky move from... Oh, no. From too far back from 40, and he's just thinking, how can I find a way through? Button as well. And you can see Prost is just dropping away from Primus. I think, although the thing is, if you said 5th place for Prost, if you said 5th place to him, he'd be like, yeah, I'll take it. Remember, he doesn't like Monaco whatsoever. He's just trying to get past this race. Button, though, as I said, is quite handy around here, and he's just, at the moment, just trying to keep with him. Is his overtake stuck? His overtake stuck. Oh, Vinny's round past the Novell chicane. Raikkonen. Hello.
Hello, sir. As I've retired, I thought I'd come and join you and give you a hand.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry to see Raikkonen, because qualifying you look quite well around here. Just didn't work out in the race, did it?
No, it was. I got a little bit dinged here and there, and that lot off the first start off Barry coming up the hill, and it just went wrong from there since. So I just might as well just thought, well, after about 4 pit stops now, I was like, nah, enough's enough.
All right then. Well, it's a shame to see, but
yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
No worries, no worries. So, and also, I can tell you now, guys, from a racer's perspective, there is no rain forecast.
I mean, Duffer did let me know that, but yeah, thank you.
Okay. Well, you know how sometimes Cody's can lie.
Yeah. Also notice, I think Button's overtake is stuck open. Oh no, he's turned it off. Because he just used it constantly for like 3 laps.
Oh,
and
really?
then he's turned it off. Just turned it off. He's probably spamming the button and it suddenly worked.
Right, so let's have a look what's going on there. There's RS Checo there with a 3-second time penalty for... I'm sure that would be for exceeding the track limits.
Mm-hmm. It's the same through qualifying and into this race, Raikkonen. It's all good having the pace early doors around here, but doesn't mean nothing, does it? Does it? Because all it takes is one mistake.
Yeah, it certainly does. Wow, there's a lot of people that got 5-second time penalties in that first safety car. Just going through it all.
I don't know whether Snod in the chat is trying to what's the word? He says he said that Barry said that Jeff said rain in 10 minutes.
Right, okay. Nothing came up on my MFD for that sort of thing. Oh wow. Right.
If that was the case, that'd be interesting.
I am. And just going through my end of things now, Slip and Sauce and myself, we went through every compound of tyre on this track so far.
Apart from inters and wets.
Yeah, every dry compound. Slip and Sauce is just now retired from the race after making 4 pit stops to on P8 on the grid. Yeah, it does look like that Duffer Lump has got this race not under wraps.
Yeah,
but
Snod said he's Snod said he's serious.
Okay.
Fish had the same message, and then Kazzy's just backed it up. So Shane wanted gap to leader. There's gap to leader. Almighty Shane, principal of is he principal? Principal of someone?
Yeah, team Trace and Point.
Ah. Oh, I know why. It's because Duffelump's leading, and he's like, "Oh, what's the pit to like?"
Yeah.
Someone on hards. Well, now you know.
Yeah. So Fish Sticks is quite close behind old Manzi.
Yeah, Button's been stuck behind Prost since lap 1. Can't seem to find a way through. Manzi's in. Is that for... Yeah, that's for damage, isn't it? Ah. So, on to mediums for him. He'll drop out. That'll put Checo and 40 into the points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Button climbing all over the back of Prost. You know round here Raikkonen, isn't it? When you're stuck behind someone who's... You're clearly faster than them in clean air by like a second or even more.
Yeah.
But when you're stuck behind them round here, it's excruciatingly frustrating, isn't it? But you just got to keep your cool.
Oh, without a doubt, and that's the thing to think about Monaco as well, because like it is all about track position at Monaco, because obviously these cars are really wide now, and especially, yeah, gone a little bit wide there, hasn't he?
Has he got damage? He does. Prost has got damage, so yeah, he's struggling now. That's
Yeah,
why
he's
Button's
missing
all
his
over the back of
left
him.
end plate.
Staying out though. That position.
Yeah, you can get away with it sometimes with that little bit of minor damage there around Monaco, because obviously it is one of the lower speed circuits on the grid, and with all the rest of the downforce that you've got around the car, it makes a huge difference.
40's in. I think that might be a scheduled pit stop for 40. Although it is with damage, but he's gone on to hards, he's probably try and get to the end from there.
Yeah.
Oh. According to Principality of Alpha, Romeo, Prost has had damage since lap 1. Oh, he's very wide through Portier, but Button cannot capitalise.
Got Monster Skyline and Checo having a little ding dong with each other down at the Lowe's hairpin.
Skyline's recovered well because he was, he like you, he pitted on the first safety car as Kazzy's retired in the pits. Kazzy's had a roller coaster of an evening. Comes to an end. Yeah, Skyline's recovered nicely into the points. Gap to leader
Shane's
again.
asking for the
Okay,
gap to
Mr.
leader
Shane.
again.
Okay, sir. Right, so
Remember,
he's
you don't have
checking
to-
pit stop time, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely checking pit stop time to where he's going to come out. So, looking at this, if Duffelump pits now, he'll come out just in front of Grandad Vinny.
Grandad Vinny.
Yeah.
Oh, Skyline's got past Checo, I think. Yeah, he has.
Yep.
Turn 1. He's cut the corner, though. Well, I assume he did, because he got a penalty from as he went by.
Probably
He's got
a
past
bit of
Checo anyway.
multiple warnings.
Evening, Webster.
No, man.
Old man.
No, I always call him old man.
Is he the eldest? The eldest in RSF1?
No,
Oh.
there is an older person in RSF1.
Oh. I don't know who that is. Now, it's not Old Manzi because he's called Old Manzi.
No.
No. I don't think who that could be. Charismic's in from 4th, and he's got damage though, so I don't think who doesn't have damage at this point. 2 leaders maybe.
Yeah, Duffer looks pretty intact there, and so does Primus as well. Primus doesn't look like he's got any damage. Patronus obviously, or Pross, sorry, he's got that left end plate missing. Barton's car looks all in one piece as well, from what I can see. What about Fish Sticks? Yep, he looks all intact there. Charismic as well. Oh, gone a little bit wide there, and Charismic's obviously being chased down by Graded Vinny.
Oh! Checo's just been... I don't know whether he got hit by Barry, but Barry passed him through Casino, which is not an overtaking spot. And Checo, at the same time, let through his teammate Manzi. Right. Charismic, meantime, he pitted onto hards, crucially got out ahead of Vinny. But he is behind Fish Sticks, and I think Fish Sticks might be chancing to try and go to the end from where he is.
Yeah, but I'd imagine towards the end his tyres... Oh, Shane!
I'm only doing it briefly. If you missed it, tough. I know why. I do know why. It's because, as you said, he's checking with Duffer on Fish Sticks. Because if Duffer comes out behind Fish Sticks in the Red Bull, that could be damaging. That goes in meantime.
Right, Shane, for your information, I hope you're listening. Right, okay, so gap to leader. Duffalump is 1 second, or he's in the pits now, so...
Oh, Duffer's in. Duffer's in. Where is he going to come out? I'm going to keep an eye on Fish Sticks. That'd be the crucial one.
Yeah, Fish Sticks is now coming around the swimming pool section. Duffalump's leaving the pit lane.
I think
he's going to do it. He's going to get ahead.
going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard tyres though. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's got medium tyres, so that's fine. Only just. That's like a second in it. Oh, 1.7. Nearly there.
Oh, Barry's just got a 5 second time a 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Rain in 15 minutes, according to David Oldface.
I'd like to know where they're getting their weather sources from.
Drivers they engineer.
True.
Everyone has an engineer now. Some people have
to
two.
steal someone else's.
Some people have 2. Some people have 3. I know people have 4. Duffalup had 4 engineers in Spain, apparently. Which is very selfish of him.
Indeed.
Right,
and
Primus and Eagle are in. I think Primus and Eagle, I think they're both going to come out behind Fish Sticks.
I don't know, there's 27
Let's
seconds.
see. Oh,
Primus
Eagle's
is
got out
having a
ahead of
wind
Duffer.
change.
How'd he? Right, can you check something for me, please? On
Yeah.
Duffer's last pit stop, because we can check that now. Did he change his front wing?
Let me have a look for you now. Race director.
Because Eagle's 6 seconds ahead. He must have had damage at some place.
Front wing.
Ah.
8 second pit stop.
Oof. So that's why. So he did have damage. He must have had damage literally just before he pitted. So the problem with the night race reckoning is if it is raining, I can't tell whether it is.
Why?
Because the sky.
Well, you can't.
Can't
You'll
see
see
the
you'll see raindrops falling down.
No, but if it was like in the day, you could see whether the clouds are gathering or not.
Right. Yeah, but then you just wait until all you got to do is wait until the rain starts falling.
Yeah.
That's when you worry about raining.
Well, Skyline, DRS on Vinny, but Vinny using overtake to defend. Skyline's made its way up to 6th. 15 lap mediums.
He'll have to box.
How many more laps would you say? Oh, he's all over the back of Vinny though.
He probably could get another 10 laps out of his mediums if he's very good with them.
Yeah, so everyone's stopped once. If it stays dry, Fish Sticks and Vinny could stay out on those hards, but they'll be got off or so. As Checo's retired now, we're down to 12.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it stays dry, Fish Sticks and Vinny, they can go hard to the end, can't they? They just will be screaming last few laps.
Well, they won't be in the best. It all depends on their time management, though. To be fair, well, I'm going to call you Brundle. Sorry, because you are Brundle.
Yeah, that's fine.
If they're really good on their time management, then it could work. From when I was going around in qualifying on my mediums and whatnot, and I'd done 3 laps on them, and the wear on them was quite low. I only had 5% maximum wear. So it all depends on their setup and how they are and everything, and of course as well, if they're running traction control. If they're running traction control, it makes a massive difference.
Yep. So Skyline is being caught by Primus in the middle of this because he can't find a way past Vinny, and his tyres are starting to drop because you can see he just lost the car there. Yeah, Slippin' Sauce and Joshy saying a rainy Monaco. Yeah, it's not nice. I can vouch for that on Sunday. It was not nice.
I reckon it spiced it up a little bit.
It did. It was interesting, but it's still not. It's not fun. I will say that.
Alright, what have we got going? Intervals.
Oh,
Barry and 40.
Ow.
Barry and 40 there, like quite close to each other, and Monster Skyline, like as we're currently watching as well. Yeah, Primus and Primus Monster Skyline. He's closing on them.
You know how I love my stats.
Yes.
Well, I've got a piece of paper here that tells me the form of the drivers. So what they've done in their last few races. So I can see
like you give them a score like of 1 to 100.
No, like what position they got. So
Okay.
I can easily say, like, if someone wins their first race, I can easily just look at the piece of paper I've got and see whether they have or not. I can also see which ones have scored points in every race so far.
I'm not one of them.
No.
No.
Just looked at it and like, nah.
No, I'm lucky to have scored any points this season, to be fair.
Oh, Skyline. Again, it's getting close. We just can't find a way.
Oh, Barry's having a look at the back 40 right now.
Oh, jeez, yeah, he's all over the back of him. I can't tell whether the clouds... Tell you, Barry has not had the luck in this race.
None of the
Speed in
Alpha Tauris
qualifying
had luck
is
in this
just...
race.
No. So we got the Grandad Vinny train now. Skyline, Primus, and Old Manzy's now joining this.
Oh, Zimmerline Speed's joined in, has he?
He's on 10 lap mediums. Faster tyre than all of those in front of him as Skyline's tapped the wall past swim pool. I think he's got damage.
Oh, well,
Wait, has
Manzy
he
there
not?
with a 3-second time penalty.
How did he not get damage? He hit that. Eh? He's pitting anyway. Oh, maybe tyres are shot, I guess. See what he goes to. Softs, maybe? Nah, mediums again. Keep him 10th anyway, but this train... Yeah, Vinny's now latched onto the back of Fish Sticks. Oh.
Fordy just got a 3-second
Jeez.
time penalty.
Oh man, he got damage? Does. Yeah, he does. So Primus now has the pleasure of trying to get past this Mercedes of what Skyline had. Thing is though, with Vinny and Fish Sticks, even though their tyres are now going to start to feel worse for wear, they've got nothing to lose now, because if they pit now, they'll drop out the points. Because it's their only chance of points, really.
Oh, that's going to help someone out there. Chrismick's got a 3-second time penalty in 3rd place.
Oh.
Yep, the Vinny train continues on.
We're good at Slipping Sauce. Thank you for the offer, though.
Right, let's have a look what we've got going here.
Oh, there's the flash. It's raining. Raining.
Oh, I did
At
see a little
25.
bit there.
It still does it. I hate that it does. Yeah, look at the onboard. Even though I'm on board with Primus and apparently it's raining in the tunnel. Never mind. Yeah, rain now. Okay. So
Is it going to be a
these
light
two, as
drizzle?
Vinny's
Is
cut
it
the
gonna-
corner. So now Vinny and Fish Sticks have to stay out, even if their tyres are saying no more, no more. They're going to have to stay out now with this rain.
It depends as well how wet it gets, because if it gets wet enough, they'll have to start thinking about coming in for inters, because we're at that point of the race where if it gets too wet, you risk losing it all. It's not like only 1 or 2 laps left if it got that wet to try and puddle along and muddle along all the way on till the end on slicks. So it will be the first one to blink. But from what I'm seeing at my point of view, it doesn't look that heavy.
Oh. Not ideal though. I'm gonna through those happen. Jesus. Keep tapping each other. I think Fish Sticks is struggling. I think they all have damage in some way as well. What does Primus? Actually, I don't think. Yeah, Primus is the only one in this train of 4 that doesn't have damage at all.
The Prost is now catching up on the Vinny train.
Oh my. Yeah, he is. And then he's going to bring along Button
Yeah.
and Skyline and Barry. And maybe 4D. This could be a train from 4th to 12th. Oh, Primus might have a run up through. Up to Massaday. Jesus.
Oh.
That's the wall. No. And he just stays ahead again. Old Manzy all over the back of Primus as well. Yeah, Prost is catching them. Just come down the hill on the other side of the hairpin. So again, is Primus's overtake stuck open again? Because he's had that before the race.
I think it might be.
Definitely seems stuck to me.
Think it might be, my friend. Think it might be, but however, Fish Sticks there as well. Graded Vinny has caught onto the back of Fish Sticks, so goes from Fish Sticks to Graded Vinny, Primus, Old Manzi. Prost is now only 4 seconds behind, as he's now coming round the Rascas, and then Anthony knows. So
I can ride aboard with Eagle a little bit because I noticed a few of them were struggling with this rain or drizzle. I want to see how it's affecting the two leaders here, as Eagle has put a lap on Barry, so Barry is a lap down. It's... Ooh, he's sliding a bit, is Eagle. This is definitely not ideal. Ah, Barry's out. So we're down to 11.
oh, yeah, Duffelump's now 2 seconds behind Eagle.
Yeah, Prost is catching this train a second a lap at the moment. And again, as soon as he catches up the train, that's when Button will get close. Although Button is catching Prost anyway,
Yeah.
and Skyline's catching the pair of them.
10 laps to go. Will we get the in? Will it get wet enough for it to be changing tyres, or will the drivers continue?
Ooh.
That track's going to be getting very, very greasy out there, guys.
They're getting heavier for you.
Slight little bit more of a drizzle, but not pouring yet.
No. See, in my race on Sunday, it rained at this point. Oh, Primus again. See, now at this point, because they're sliding so much, any potential move is going to be even more risky. You can see behind, there's Prost, Button and Skyline all catching. Bring 40 back into play for points, maybe.
Yep. Because then it all boils down to, if they're really that close to each other, who's got the most penalties? It's going to be the biggest loser.
Yeah, that too. I feel of this train initially, I feel Primus is the quicker. Oh, Skyline's in. Not for Inters yet, surely. He is. He's going Inters now.
Ooh.
Really? I would have.
I don't know.
There's no spray. I wouldn't have said so.
I'll keep an eye on
Plus
him.
DRS is still active as well. That's always the turning point for me. I mean, he's got nothing to lose, I guess. Although he was catching the back of this.
Yeah, it's nowhere near time for the intermediate shot. He is all over the track.
Oh, Primus going for a move on the inside. Contact.
Oh, we
There was
tried
a
a
gap.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah, there was a gap. It was always going to close.
Oh,
He was like door
dear.
shutting.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh,
Monster Skyline
Manzi's out.
is all over the track.
Manzi's out. Through swimming pool. So this, in a way, helps Skyline. But oh, jeez, that's a big off for old Manzi. Vinny and Prost in. What are they going to go on to? Vinny's on to dries. Prost rise as well. Get his damage out. So, oh, we're down to
Oh,
10.
Monster Skyline, what are you doing?
Trying to get it back to the pits. Too fast into the swimming pool there, Joshy. Old man's Eagle's in. Does Duffer pit? Duffer does not. Duffer's going to take the lead. Big call from Eagle. What does he go to? Inters.
And serving a
away.
penalty by the looks of it.
Yeah.
With 7 laps to
Chris,
go,
what does he do?
is he sensing something that we can't sense, being on the track?
I mean, to be fair, if they're under safety car, this rain gets heavier and DRS gets disabled, he's made the call of the century compared to Duffer. Duffer would be sit and duck.
Hmm.
It's a gamble, though. It's a huge gamble because if it doesn't work, he's then struggling, as is Charismatic.
Yeah.
It's Skyline Pit. I think he didn't.
Button's in the pits and he's gone on to Inters as well.
It's a huge gamble. This could go either way.
Yeah.
All depends. It all depends whether DRS gets disabled under safety car. And how quickly. Tough call. What would you do?
I don't know, because I'd be hammering Jeff about what tyres to be on. I can start seeing a little bit of surface water on the track. I wouldn't know unless I actually felt the track to see if I could keep my slicks warm enough to give me enough grip. Watching Monster Skyline earlier on his first set of intermediates, I would say the track's nowhere near ready.
Actually, he's still a telling point because he's still on intermediates and he's not exactly flying up to the back of the safety car train. Well, it's not a train yet, it's still so spread out.
Yeah.
Always a lap down as well. I think you're right. I think there's no spray coming off the back of the tyres, so...
So at the moment,
at
the moment they've got to think thankful for the at the moment they are behind the safety car because they're not going to heat their tyres up too much. See, the thing is, if they overheat these intermediate tyres, they're going to lose all their grip.
Yeah, Josh is saying in the chat it doesn't look bad enough for intermediates. It could be that scenario that we've both had Raikkonen, I think, in which where it's raining but it's not wet enough for intermediates. So it's tough on dries, but it's just
impossible on inters.
It's because there's no spray yet, is there?
Yeah. Oh.
Ah, Button. What's in the pit lane exit? Back on softs. See, he's way behind the train, and the safety car's going again.
See now, Button, I think he's taking a bit of it. He's doing what I would do if I was in his scenario, because I'd come out on the mediums like this, like now, and I'm sure they wouldn't feel great. I'd come out on a set of softs because they're the stickiest tyre, and obviously the track being a lot cooler, they'll last a lot longer. They won't overheat as quick. So, but again, it's that track position.
Plus, he's only got 1 lap 34, so softs would have been, easiest choice.
Enough. Oh yeah, definitely. But then, like, if there's 10 or 15 laps, I would have slapped the softs on.
If safety car goes in this lap, he's not catching the field, is he? They're going through Lowe's, hairpin, and he's just coming up to Raskas. Would it go, though? Is the safety car going to wait? Yeah, because look where Button is. Are they? Is
Yeah,
the
he's now
safety
come down
car-
start finish straight.
Is the game going to wait for him? This is a huge gamble for Eagle and Charismatic because they need it to be called like now.
Hmm.
I don't think it's happening, and they are going to lose the podium. Because even
Safety
it's in
cars
this lap.
coming in.
They're this ain't going to be great. Button's trying his best to catch up. He's even got the corner to do so, but he's not going to catch it. I think Eagle's going to struggle here, and Charismatic. Here we go. That one's going to do another restart. And again, he's caught Eagle off guard, but how's Eagle going to cope with this? Yeah, the traction's just nowhere. Duffer's gone again.
Already straight away, 1.6 seconds off the line. See, that's the difference. The dry tyre is definitely the better tyre to be on. The cut-off point's not there yet.
Look on board of Fistix. Fistix is on 33 lap hards, and you can see the difference.
Oh my god, he's gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna go around the outside through Casino Square.
Oh, he's got trading cars right behind. He's got Primus. Oh, there's a Renault, I think there. Renault? Why there a Renault?
Oh, there's contact
Oh.
at Lowe's. Contact at Lowe's.
Jeez. Car park at Lowe's hairpin again. Yeah, Duffer's gone. Duffer's completely gone, and Fishsticks can't really do anything because his tyres are...
Oh, Chris Mick's
Tyres are
overtaken Eagle.
But they got no grip. But Fishsticks behind has got no grip. Although Fishsticks is looking. This is all very close. Scarling in front of the lap down. He's just spun in front of him. Oh, goodness. Fishsticks again looking. Primus looking all over the back. Oh. It's train Pride. Oh, go through the last corner. Jesus. The Fishsticks surely.
All over the back of him.
Oh! Fishsticks running outside of Eagle.
Oh, look at these two Eagles getting swallowed.
Primus
up
getting
there.
moved as well.
Been tapped.
Oh, Primus. No. Oh, goodness me.
It's getting very
That Fishstick.
dodgy like.
It's getting all a bit hectic. Primus can see a podium because Fishsticks is struggling all over the place. And
Oh, Primus has gone wide at Mirabeau.
This is going crazy. Charismatic is still second, by the way, ahead of this. Still enters. Because Fishsticks' tyres has gone. 34 laps. Oh, Pross just hit the wall in the tunnel. Yeah, Eagles dropped. Ramos all over the back. No, surely. The rest of the name. Oh,
That's not the area
disabled.
for it.
He's lunging at every corner, doesn't he? Not this time. Ramos again. He's looking every which way.
Yeah, and he just can't. You know, Fishsticks is putting that. Oh, there's another nudge there from Primus on Fishsticks. It's just Fishsticks is putting that car in the perfect place to defend the corners.
So we're going to get a bit car parky again at Lowe's.
Oh,
Primus!
he's got contact and there's damage.
He got a slide. He got a very big slide as he came down to Lowe's. Going to get it stopped in time. They're catching Charismatic again. With some intermediate tyres. This is Duffer's race to lose now. He's gone. But these guys are all battling over the podium now. This is getting far too close for my liking.
Charismic's holding them up so well. He's doing really well. I've just onboarded Primus at the moment. Oh no, don't go round there. You can't get round there.
He's desperate, isn't he? He's really desperate. Too desperate in some ways. See, again, Fish is doing really well in his defence.
Yeah.
Can you check penalties quick, please?
Yeah, sure, no worries. Let me go into my
Might change a lot.
now. Okay, incidences. So I haven't done this scene for a while. Right, okay. Why can't I just give you totals? That'd be the best thing ever. So Button has got 1, 2, 3.
Button's got past Vinny somehow through lows.
He's got 3 3-second time penalties.
Oh, Primus going for the lunge!
Yeah, I know. Not the move to make. Not the move to make. Fish sticks
did move under braking though a little bit.
Yes, that's the nature of the corner though for
Yeah.
that hairpin. You've got to.
Damage again for Primus. Oh, he's
Fish sticks has only got
into
a
the
warning
wall.
from what I can see.
Okay.
Ford, Primus. What's he got?
Oh, Charismic is round. Oh no, last corner.
Oh, what?
He's lost that second place. We're on the last lap.
You have to bear with me, guys. I'm so sorry that I don't normally do
Right.
this side of the Cobbs box. Slip and sauce. He's got 1 5-second time penalty.
40
Oh, 40
up the
on
inside.
Primus.
Oh, Button trying to follow through. Button. There was never a
Come
gap there,
back to the
Button.
race.
Yeah, we'll just see at the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, there's the smoke screen from 40. You saw that last night from the Mercedes.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about because
I think it's a visual thing. Fordy now is looking at the back of Fish Sticks, but Duffalump is coming through the last corners now. He wasn't sure about this because I spoke to him after he got this pole position. He wasn't sure he was going to keep it, but he has kept it.
Oh, Fordy's just at the back of Fish Sticks.
At the last corner, Duffalump wins 2 in a row. Who's going to be on the podium? It's anyone's guess. Fish Sticks has done amazingly to keep second place on the track, but is he going to keep it there? No.
Oh,
Prost to second, Primus to third. Jumps the pair of them. So Prost second, Primus third. Fordy, Fish Sticks, Eagle
Button dropped
somehow
down to
gets
8th.
sixth. Eagle somehow gets sixth. Vinny, Button, and then Charismic on his Intus. Oh, that was hectic. Glad you were here, actually, because otherwise I think my voice would be gone at the end of it.
And
Especially
driver of
after
the day
that.
is Fordy. Fordy gets driver of the day.
I think it was like 10, 11 places.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
So look at that. That's a first and third for Trace and Point.
Very good for their constructors. Very good. Keep the lead over Alfa Romeo. Extend it, actually. Oh, where do I start, though?
Yeah. Amazing. Right. It's my job now to call in the 3 people.
Right. So here's your results. Duffalump, his second win in a row. Nicely controlled in the end, but to be honest, the fact the 2 drivers on intermediates, I think Charismic and Eagle, and I not say gave it, but gave him the best chance, and he took it to win. Prost from 10th to 2nd, he will be very happy with that. He's going to be very happy in his party, I'm sure. Primus third, he got the podium in the end. Got a damage towards the end, but he got onto the rostrum. 40 and 4th in the Mercedes. Fishsticks 5th. Was that 40 laps in the hards? That wasn't 40. Like 38. Something like that. Ends up 5th. I think he'd be reasonably happy. Same with 40 to 4th. Eagle. 3 stops. 6th place. Say that all things considered, he was on Inters at the end. Vinny. Button. Charismatic 9th. Monster Skyline 10th. Are you your only finishers in this race? Jesus.
Right.
Do you want to invite 40 as well, Reckon, please?
40.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Gonna do normally do. Time trial the cars we're talking to. Tick the box, guys, if you haven't. I'm sure you have. If you've all been here before. So, right. So, if I do the 2 tracing points, you do the Alfa Romeo Raikkonen? Sweet, sweet. So, Primus.
I've sent 40 an invite.
Thank you. So, Primus, 3rd place in the end for you. Yeah, hectic end to that race. That was very interesting to watch towards the end of that. But your first podium since, I believe, round 2 of the season in Bahrain. Yes, Bahrain. So, been a fair few weeks since the rush. I mean, obviously, from the roller coaster race you had in Spain last week, I think you could be very happy with that.
Yeah, just FYI, it's 2nd consecutive race in a row where my ERS was jammed on. I had no way of turning it off. Yeah, it was jammed on again. I learned my lesson from Spain, and everyone's like, "Don't touch your A button for God's sake." So like, okay, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it alone, and it was still jammed on. So with the car, but the car really didn't like me. But it's been been a bit of a while since I stepped on the podium, and I tell you what, it's a nice feeling, especially in Monaco of all places. It was a shocking start, but I managed to make up for it in Q2 and 3. On the start, I got a cheeky little overtake and Barry around the outside and turn run. I was just like, yeah, boy. And then he made contact with someone behind him or whatever, but it happened well after I passed him. And then it was a very, very boring race for a little while because it was just me holding off Petronas and trying to keep up with the guys up in the top 3. Then I hit the wall, still felt fine. Then I hit it again and got a penalty. And I was like, oh god. So I pitted onto the hards. The rain came down and Charismix and all that lot made the huge mistake of going on an Inters. Because I remember season 2, Japan, Gain said dry all the way on the weather report. But when the rain actually came, it never transitioned to intermediate conditions. That's what they were riding on. So I got past Eagle and Charismix after that last bit. But that last lap, I went from good wing to 1 broken end plate to 2 yellow end plates to 1 red end plate. I was like, oh my god, 40 did me in on the just coming up to casino. I was like, Jesus, like, and Patronus was bearing down on my ass. But to take podium today, it's good points for the team, and we're winning the constructors battle. So yeah, boy, I'm happy. Plus it's Monaco, so I'll tell you what. Happy days, mate. I'm happy.
Cool.
Yes. Obviously, any podium around Monaco is, podium around Monaco. It almost feels like a win, especially after that. Obviously, you're in that train. I can see you were trying every which way to try and get past Fishsticks. Must have been very frustrating, but obviously, Fishsticks and the Mercedes there, I can't remember what it was, 40, with the penalty, and you obviously had less penalties than the 2 around and got you onto 3rd place, but good points for yourself, very good points for a racing Tracing Point, sorry, need to say the proper name. Keeps your lead over Alfa Romeo, so you must be very happy with that. Is there a little bit of a rivalry between you and Alfa Romeo at the moment? Is it stirring?
Definitely,
I have to
say, in terms of if you was to put all four of us together, it's more Duffer and Eagle. Them two are sort of against each other, and it's kind of me and Patronus at the moment, because most races that I've had, I've actually seen more of Patronus than I have seen of Eagle. Obviously, back when I had Massa with me, it was a bit of a different ball game with him, but I can definitely say that this is reminded me of season 1 when I drove for Red Bull, and it was Alfa Romeo versus Red Bull back then, and it looks like history's repeating itself. It's Alfa Romeo versus Racing Point, so yeah, I can definitely say these guys are going to give us a run for our money. They're both cracking drivers, and they're not going to let up, but neither will we.
Cool. But yeah, well done on your podium. Hopefully it won't be... How many races was it? 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 races since the last one. Hopefully it'll be not another 4 races before I speak to you again. But
it's Monaco. Again, I'm taking this podium as a victory for me, mate. I think it's just as good as the win for me. Even though Duffer was just gone. I'm happy where I am.
Cool. Right, hand you over to P2, Mr. Raikkonen.
To RSF1 or RS Pros, congratulations on P2. That was come out of nowhere, didn't it, mate?
Well, yeah, I knew it wasn't Inter's, so I knew Chrismic was going to hold them all up, so I knew I was going to be able to catch up. And then when I got caught up to the pack, I knew I didn't have to overtake because my engineer told me that everyone ahead of me had penalties. So I just kind of tried to stay as close as possible, just in case, because I was 1 warning away from a penalty myself, so...
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I came into this race as a damage limitation race for me, to be quite honest, because I'm slow around here, as everyone could see, and I feel sorry for Button being stuck behind me for over half the race. But that's Monaco for you, I kept it clean, didn't pick up a penalty, I picked up damage on every stint, but I seem to, I don't know, it's just Monaco, things happen, and yeah, picked up P2, so I'm very happy.
Brilliant, well done. Congratulations on P2. Obviously, next week we're off to Baku. What's your feelings of Baku? Is it a track you favour, or is it one of the ones like Monaco, because street track, you just don't like it?
No, I actually like Baku. The only part I don't like is the castle section, but other than that, I like it.
Okay, cool.
So, hoping for a podium.
Sweet. Right, I'll hand you back over to Brundle to interview our race winner. Brundle.
Sweet. Yeah, just distracted for a second. My team won tonight, yes. Right, back to Tracing Point once again. Duffelum. Well, I spoke to you after you got that pole position, and you said to me, and I remember these words, you was not sure you were going to keep it.
No. Well, I didn't, really. Until... It's only because Eagle made a mistake putting the inters on. He had that win. I was on 2 warnings, I was having to go careful. And yeah, he was... I probably wouldn't have even risked trying to pass him because we were quite similar in pace, so... Yeah. I got damage early on as well, so that's why he jumped me in the pit. So my plan was to just stay behind him and get second, but he put inters on. I feel really bad for him as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a very gambling call, I guess, because obviously if the rain had got heavier and DRS disabled or wet enough for intermediate tyres under that safety car, that would have left you in a very precarious position. But in the end, it reversed. I guess you got a call from the engineers saying.
Shane told me to do.
How many did you have this week? Because you had 3 last week.
I had Camo and Shane.
So you had 2 this time. That's better.
Shane told me to do the opposite to what Eagle did. So I switched to put softs on. I was never going to go on inters. But then he came into the pit, so I thought, well, he's putting softs on. But then I seen him put inters on, and I didn't know if it was a mistake or if he did it. But yeah, So yeah, just it was a bit dodgy though. Towards the end, I was taking it really careful because it started to get really slippery. But
Yeah,
it went all right.
it's just the thing, isn't it? I think the always telling point for me personally is DRS.
Yeah.
Whatever scenario you're on, whether it's wet to dry, dry to wet, that's the turning point, and you've got to react at that point. And in the end, it was the right call. Was risky either end, but yeah, all good from yourself. And back-to-back wins from Spain now puts you into an early contention in the championship, closing down on our championship leader Prost, who still retains it, but gained a bit on him. Obviously, we spoke to Primus about the constructors. What are you feeling about that at the moment?
Yeah, I think we've made a bit of a leap again. I think we were like 13 points in front. 10
points ahead.
10, yeah.
So
I haven't worked out yet, but I don't know what we are now. But it's a bit of a jump, which is good. But yeah, I still think Petronas will win just because he's so similar pace to me. When me and Petronas together on track, it's just ridiculous. Like it's like near the same. So yeah, we'll see.
Could be a fight to the end, but we'll see.
It could be.
Next time out, we go from one potentially dramatic race to another, Baku. Maybe a little bit less intimidating, depend how you feel about the track. But what do you feel personally? What your aims going into this? Good track for you?
It's a bit like Monaco, isn't it? It depends where you qualify. Historically, I think last season I got disqualified in Baku, so I don't know.
I got disqualified.
I don't know. It wouldn't let me. I was lapped, and we're behind a safety car, and it wouldn't let me go past the safety car. So I thought, well, I'll go past it anyway. So I went past it, and then it said I had like 30 seconds to catch the pack, and yeah, I just got disqualified. But I like the track if it goes my way. But
it just
I think anyone
likes
any track that goes their way.
well, yeah, that's true. But I think with Baku, you've probably got more chance of smashing into the castle, haven't you? That's that. I'm like Patronus. It's just castle. Don't even want to think about it.
To be fair, I'd prefer Castle to Tabac or Pintonnet because I hated that bit in Monaco. I'll tell you what, Castle was nothing compared to the pair of those corners.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer
Unless it
Monaco
rains.
to Baku, but
if it rains at Baku, then you'll think differently, probably.
I like a bit of rain. I
Because
was hoping on rain really in qualifying.
Anyway, that'll be next week. But yeah, that has been the Monaco Grand Prix, guys.
Driver of the day?
I think. Oh, 40. Yes. Jesus. Sorry.
40.
I've just been sat here waiting.
I don't know.
The man
asked me to
done
invite
me in
driver of
going
the
up
day
to
and
the
forgets to
casino, gets
interview him.
completely shadowed.
I thought
Oh my
I'll go for a
God.
cigarette, and I thought, nah, I'll join this first. Nah, I'll sit here and wait. Nearly forgot about me.
Right. For that, I'll be punished. I'll just sit in the corner, right? And you take it.
Oh no, this is your show.
God damn it. Right, 40. I do apologise. My God. Yes. So, I have to say, take my hat off because I know you. Did you pit? Because you were on long tyres, weren't you?
Yeah, at the start, my plan was I took a risk. I thought I'm going to try hard to soft and try and avoid any damage. Then obviously everything happened lap 1. So I went mediums, and then lap 15-ish, I put the hards back on. Because I seen everyone some had pitted for hard, so I thought I'll go back on mine. And I was getting held up by Checo. So that was the point when I thought, if I pit now, go on the hard, see what happens. And then obviously he said it was going to rain, so I thought, well, most people are on medium, so they're probably going to pit, so I may as well just stay out here and hope for the best. And then obviously it rained, and I thought, I'm catching. The grip was still there, even despite them being on 40 odd %. I thought, well, the grip's still there. there's no point in pitting now. And then the safety car kind of helped because I knew I had the penalty, but it also I don't think I'd have caught Primus without the safety car, but then I also might have, if that makes sense. So it was just one of them where I was thinking, just don't get any more penalties, don't damage the car, just finish wherever you can, because obviously I started P13 or 14, so I just thought finish where you can and get the points, and unfortunately I just missed out on the podium. But you know, I enjoyed it. It was a good race. I thought it was going to be quiet because it's not a track I enjoy, but hopefully Baku is one of my favourite tracks. Hopefully I can take that into next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, very well done. Yeah, 4th place from, I think it was 13th on the grid as well. So definite deserved driver of the day in the end.
Thank you.
And again, I
Definitely.
apologise for shadowing you and about to end the stream.
Bloody good result. Bloody good result for you. And also, I have to give you extremely massive credit for that cheeky move going up the hill.
I seen it and I thought, do I do it? Do I not?
Yeah.
I just seen it was
like Carlos
just enough
Sainz,
room.
did I send it or do I not send it?
I thought there's just enough room, and I was thinking if I get this done and I pull ahead, you know, I might just be able to fit it. But obviously, you know, I got the move done. Just couldn't get the podium, but it was a bit hectic the last couple of laps. But I enjoyed it because we all had to be quite aware. We all had to be, you know, it made it a lot more interesting.
Both of you Mercedes just couldn't get off the back of Fish. You just were smelling Red Bull all the way.
Yeah, there we have it. That's been the Monaco Grand Prix, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Raikkonen, thank you for stepping in. Obviously unfortunate that you needed or had the ability to step in.
It is what it is. It's racing at the end of the day. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. So I thought I'd give a helping hand whilst I'm sat in the pit lane.
Appreciate it, especially at the end, because again, these guys would have hampered my voice, I think, what they did. So
Sorry, but not sorry.
But still, you're not sorry.
It's entertainment.
No, I'm not.
Entertainment's fine. Yeah, that's been the Monaco Grand Prix. Yeah, as I said at the start of the stream, I personally will make sure that it will be myself and someone with me from Baku onwards. We will see who that will be. Yeah, it was fun. So all is good. But yeah, Baku next week for F4, as with everyone else. Monaco can be done and dusted for, well, like a year, I guess.
Thank
Not even
Christ.
a year, but a few months. But it's Baku next. Equally as formidable track for everyone this week coming up. And the first race will be around Sunday on F2. I'm going for the win, just saying. Yeah, so that would be a very competitive race in F2 Sunday. Let's see who can take the win. When we come to that, 8 o'clock as always on the Sunday, Primus and Vettel scheduled to stream and commentate for that, and I'm sure they're looking forward to it. But yeah, that has been the Monaco Grand Prix. Your top 3: Primus Gaming in the Racing Point, RS Prost in the Alfa Romeo second, your winner Duffalon, his second win in a row. Driver of the day, Fordy in the Mercedes. Thank you everyone else for watching, and good night.